Last time Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg teamed up, they gave us Deepwater Horizon. Now they're giving us Patriots Day. Here's my review. Patriots Day, I have to say, is so far one of the better films that I've seen this year. Granted, it's only January, so there's a lot more time to see where that lands in my top 10 kind of list. But it was a very solid film, and I quite enjoyed it. First of all, I guess I should say all the performances, as I said in Silence, were amazing. They were great, and Mark Wahlberg just stood out for me. And I was never completely sold on Mark Wahlberg as an actor. He had great moments like in The Departed, and then obviously in Lone Survivor and movies like that. Like The Fighter. But this movie itself, I think, sells me completely on Mark Wahlberg. Michelle Monaghan, who I said in another review is a pretty solid actress. I loved her in this movie as well, as opposed to the other movie I saw her in this month, which was Sleepless. And the one moment that I like to point out here is the moment where Mark Wahlberg comes home after the Boston incident, and he's talking to his wife, who is Michelle Monaghan's character. And the raw emotion that we see from Mark Wahlberg is enough to put you into tears, and it put me into tears. This movie itself is just riddled with very dramatic scenes that hit you just in the right spot, where it's emotional enough where you can shed a tear, but not enough where it's like downright like it makes you feel uneasy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So they balance that very nicely. And something else that they balance off really nicely is, the humor aspect of this movie. And it's weird to say because, obviously this event that happened in Boston is, so horrendous. But when it comes to a movie, you don't want it to be completely dark. You want it to have moments of lightness. And I think they balanced that out really well. The script, I think, was great. But it's going back actually to the humor events. The only thing that kind of threw me off a little bit were the moments where they made the people responsible, to put it nicely, for the incident when they had humor aspects to their conversation. That I think was a little off, especially when they kidnapped the Asian, I believe the Chinese character, when they kidnapped him and they're in his Mercedes-Benz car, I believe. And one of the guys is asking if his car has an MP3 adapter, like an iPod adapter or something. That was a little off for me. But besides that, like I said, this is one of the most well-made movies that I've seen this month. Obviously, it's not saying much because there's not that many movies out at the moment, but it is one of the better ones. So if you guys ever get a chance, please check this out. It is a wonderful and beautifully made movie. Like I said, the emotional moments hit you right where it needs to. And as for the rating, I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it that much, and I actually saw this in the Dolby Cinema Theater at my local AMC. So actually, if you guys have an opportunity to check it, please make sure to check it in the Dolby. I would actually recommend it because the sound of the earthquake movements when the bombs happen, that actually makes the experience a little bit more interactive, if you will. So that's it for this episode, guys. Until next time, peace out.